Katchatheevu issue and the fishermen issue. Two parties, the Congress and the DMK, have approached this matter as though they have no responsibility for it, as though the situation is for central government, today's central government, for them to resolve. There is no history to this. This has just happened. They are the people who are taking up the cause. That is the way they would like to project it. In 1974, India and Sri Lanka, in June 1974, concluded an agreement where they drew their maritime boundary. And in drawing the maritime boundary, Katchatheevu was put on the Sri Lankan side of the boundary. This agreement of 1974 had three other clauses. One clause which said that each country shall have sovereignty and exclusive jurisdiction and control over the waters. The second clause, Article 5, it gave to Indian fishermen that they will continue to access Katchatheevu as hitherto and will not be required to obtain travel documents. And the third one, that the vessels of India and Sri Lanka will enjoy in each other's waters such rights that they have traditionally enjoyed. So this was the agreement which was reached in 1974 in June. Now, in less than 2 years, actually, there was another agreement between India and Sri Lanka through an exchange of letters. And in this agreement, now India proposed the following. Again, I'm reading to you from the original document. With the establishment of the exclusive economic zones by the two countries, India and Sri Lanka will exercise sovereign rights over the living and non-living resources of their respective zones. The fishing vessels and fishermen of India shall not engage in fishing in the historic waters, the territorial sea, and the exclusive zone of Sri Lanka. So, 1974 assurance is given. By 1976, an agreement is concluded which actually gives away this assurance. This is an observation by the then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru in May of 1961. He writes, I attach no importance at all to this little island, and I would have no hesitation in giving up our claim to it. I do not like matters like this pending indefinitely and being raised again and again in Parliament. So, to Pandit Nehru, this was a little island. It had no importance. He saw it as a nuisance. Why are people bringing it up again and again in Parliament? So, for him, the sooner you give it away, the better. The key point is, 1 year before the Katchatheevu agreement, already then Union government and then state government led by DMK were already, the Chief Minister, up to the level of Chief Minister, were already discussing this agreement, and they are discussing this agreement before they actually go into talks with Sri Lanka.
Why did Mrs. Indira Gandhi acknowledge that it belonged to Sri Lanka? Why? Because there are millions of Tamils, actually 6 lakh Tamils who were suffering in Sri Lanka. They had to come to India as refugees and settle here. As a result of this settlement, 6 lakh Tamils came to India. They have lived in this country for the last 50 years. Their families are here. They enjoy freedom and they are breathing free air with all the human rights which a person should have.